Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast is set for one episode. Your host from Columbus, Ohio, is Michael Kirk. Welcome to the Outlaw Mudcast. Hello and welcome to the Outlaw Mudcast, your digital audio dirt sheet for all things Supershow. With Origins over for 2024, I should be back in 2025. The next big convention SRG Universe will be at is Southern Fried Gaming Expo. July 19th through July 21st, that's Friday through Sunday, in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Marriott Renaissance Waverly. While this convention is primarily built around arcade games, video games, pinball, it also has a tabletop gaming presence, and SRG Universe will be there with Supershow the Game, maybe Scally Wager, maybe Rummy Gummies, but they will be bringing their tabletop board games, card games to Southern Fried Gaming Expo as they have the past couple of years. Let me start by talking about pricing. Here are the ticket prices for Southern Fried Gaming Expo. For a 3-day badge, if you are 13 and up, it will be $85. For children, ages 7 to 12, it's $40 for all 3 days. Children 6 and under, it's free. So if you're considering going, you have young children, it's no additional cost to take young children. Those are the 3-day passes. There are also single-day passes. Friday, $40 for an adult, $20 for a child. I'm assuming that is the 7 to 13, or rather 7 to 12 age. Saturday, $50 adult, 25 kids. Sunday, 25 adult, 15 kids. So $115 for an adult pass if you buy single days, or $85 for all three. The convention hours are Friday from 3 p.m. to midnight. It's not a full day Friday. It starts mid-Friday afternoon. Saturday, 10 a.m. to midnight. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Those are the convention hours. Featured matches. We've had a few featured matches announced for Southern Fried Gaming Expo. The LFF Hardcore Championship is going to be on the line, as challenger Bob Dunn, playing as White Lily, will take on champion Possum Kang, who is the champion with the Professor Matthew Smith. There's going to be a match for the Ace Championship. This was the championship created by the Wolf Guardian. The champion going in, Trey Cantrell, will have to face challenger Drew Madsen. The winner of that match will then have to defend against Ken Fouché. So there will be 2 Ace Championship matches, at least 2 scheduled for Southern Fried Gaming Expo. And then the final featured match I have is going to be for the LFF Tornado Tag Team Championship. The challenger, Piglet, who I believe is the ACCW Tornado Tag Team Champion with Neptune and Jupiter, will use that same team to take on champion Grim Librarian, playing as his own creation, the Duo Decimal System. Those are the featured matches I have right now for Southern Fried Gaming Expo. We may see some Deep South singles and tag team championship action. I have also been told that the LFF World Heavyweight Champion, Yasmin, will be on site at Southern Fried Gaming Expo. So we may see a defense of the LFF World Heavyweight Championship. Nothing's been officially announced, but I would expect that to happen almost always when a champion is in the building for a convention. That champion is required to put the belt on the line to defend the championship. That's what I have for featured matches. Events. There are no events scheduled for Southern Fried Gaming Expo, and it does not sound like there will be any official SRG Universe events at the convention. As of right now, they have not secured dedicated play space. From what I've read from what Ms. Southern Belle has put online, that's the status right now. That could change in the future, but right now, no dedicated play space for SRG Universe for Supershow the Game. Card subject to change. There will be Border Wars. If you're interested in participating in Border Wars, reach out to Bob Dunn about that. It's going to be 3-man teams this year. So you would reach out to Bob Dunn, say, I'm playing with these two gentlemen, and they'll get it worked out. I'm assuming these matches will all take place in just the free play area whenever people can make it work with their schedules at the convention. SRG Universe will be willing to run impromptu draft events, sealed events, if there is a demand for them, if people ask to play in those, but nothing official. This is going to be a more relaxed con than Origins or Gen Con. We may see a new player tournament, and again, we may see some Deep South Championship and Deep South Tag Team Championship tournaments where the winner might get a shot at the belt. But those would all be unofficial, organized by the players, by the general managers for those regional championships. We'll just have to wait and see. Things are developing right now, but that's what I can give you for what we know about Southern Fried Gaming Expo. I don't know anything about product releases. I don't know if there will be con exclusives. I don't know if there will be daily promos. None of that has been announced yet. If there are, I'd love to get my hands on those. If anyone's going to be there, please reach out to me. I'm looking for someone who could pick those up for me. Again, we don't know if those are going to happen or not. That's what I have right now about Southern Friday Gaming Expo coming up, Atlanta, Georgia, July 19th through July 21st. CCC News. The 6th match in the LFF versus WWX round of the 2024 Create a Competitor competition wrapped up last Wednesday, the 19th, at the start of Origins Game Fair. The winner was not announced on the last episode of Talk of the Universe, but during Expanding the Universe Thursday, I did ask in the chat if they could announce the winner, and they did. The winner between Mr. Rumble, representing the LFF, and a Charles Montgomery Covman, representing WWX, was Mr. Rumble. Mr. Rumble is moving on, joining the other 6 people who have made it. 2 matches remain. 2 matches remain. I'm assuming they will announce the next match as starting July 3rd. Now, Thursday is July 4th. It's a holiday. This weekend would be essentially a holiday weekend. So I don't know if they'll delay it or if they'll still have the match start during the holiday weekend after July 4th. We'll have to see. But if they hold true to the pattern they've been holding to, the next CCC match will start this weekend, which does mean that the final match of the CCC in this round will take place the same weekend as Southern Fried Gaming Expo. I would not be shocked if because of this, they push it back a week. That way, the next match happens the week between July 4th and Southern Fried Gaming Expo, and then the final match happens the week after Southern Fried Gaming Expo. I don't know. We'll have to see. We will find out more on this week's episode of Talk of the Universe, July 3rd. I'm assuming that's when they will make the announcement as to when the next match will be. I have no insight about what the next match is going to be or who will be the 2 competitors in the match. The first round of the Supershow Olympics has begun. The 16 teams had until Wednesday night, June 26th, to submit their deck lists. Those have been submitted. They've been approved. Play is live. Each person on the team will play at least 2 matches. They'll play a match against the person taken in the same round as them. So the first round players for one team play the first round players for the opponent's team, second versus second, so on and so forth. Also divisional matches. The person who has the competitor in the hardcore division, or I believe the intergalactic division, those were combined, play the person on the other team playing the competitor from the same division. World division versus world, underworld versus underworld, so on and so forth. There's also going to be a premier player match. One player from the team has been chosen as the premier player. He'll play the opponent's premier player. There will be a stipulation for that match. Let me give you the matchups and the stipulation for the premier player match in that matchup. The first matchup features the team captained by the Italian Mambata versus the team captained by Hold the Line Harry. Their premier players will play each other in a steel cage match, one fall to a finish. The next matchup, the Grump Danny Thunders team versus the Cheetahs team. The premier player match will be a steel chain match. Next matchup, John Polverino's team versus Chris Pate's team. The premier player match will be a ladder match. The Starmaker Everett Stevens team versus Booker Mania's team. The premier player match is a tables match. Practice Sites team versus the Cannolis team. The premier player match is a Liger's Den match. Colin Simon's team versus the TVA Commissioner Drew Madsen's team. The premier player match is a main event stipulation match. Candyman Dan's team versus Bob the Brain Dunn's team. The premier player match is the Psycho Circus match. And then the final matchup for round one, Yasmin's team versus Johnny Correa's team. The premier player match is a Ring of Fire match. Players have until July 7th to complete their matches. That is a week from today as I'm recording this. That is a Sunday. That gives players about a week and a half to complete their matches. At the time I'm recording this, the half week is over, so players who haven't played their matches yet still have about a week to complete them. I'll give you the update on the winners when I have them, probably 2 weeks from now, because I won't have those results before the show is published Sunday night. Although it's possible. I might have them if teams get their matches done with enough time. They would be unofficial, but I'll give them to you if I have them. Championship news. I'll start with the United States Championship. The next LFF United States Championship match is supposed to be between challenger Loudmouth Leo Larynx and champion Big Match Pete. Now, apparently Big Match Pete is missing. Don't have any more details than that. So, if somehow he cannot get together with Loudmouth Leo to play their match, he will vacate the championship and Loudmouth Leo will become the new LFF United States Champion. I hope that the championship is not vacated because I don't think that is ever good for a championship to be vacated. There's also going to be an upcoming birdcage match. I've talked about that previously. July 4th, where the winner will become a future contender for the LFF United States Championship. We know most of the competitors. There's still a mystery competitor to be announced in the match. That match will happen this upcoming Thursday, so I will report the results on next week's episode. There's also going to be a future tournament for a shot at the championship. The tournament is going to be open to anyone who wants to sign up. You must use a competitor from the United States division in the tournament. Date and time for that to be announced, likely July 4th at the same time the birdcage match happens. That's what I have for the United States Championship. The Deep Six Championship. There's been an ongoing Deep Six Invitational Tournament, 8 players. I have not seen results since the initial announcement of the tournament, but we have a winner. The winner of the tournament, Sherry Von Danish. This means Sherry Von Danish will get a shot at the current champion, Dizzy Derailed, July 10th. So, 1 week from Wednesday, after Talk of the Universe, these two will square off. Main event stipulation match. The winner walks away the Deep Six champion. I have news regarding the LFF World Heavyweight Championship. Yasmin is currently the champion. There's going to be a birdcage in July to determine a future challenger for the LFF World Heavyweight Championship. We don't know when. We do know one of the participants. For winning the Origins singles tournament, for winning the Origins World Championship tournament, Split will be in the birdcage match. Not only that, but he can pick when he wants to come into the match. He can be the first person in, the second person in. He could be the last, the sixth person in, or any spot in between. It's up to him where he wants to come in. That's what he gets for winning the big Origins singles tournament. There's also going to be a Claim the Throne match in the future. Don't know any details beyond. There's going to be a Claim the Throne match for something at some point in the future. And that's all I have for the championship news from this week. Let's talk about the online tournaments and featured matches from this past week. I will start Monday with Monday Night Fights. This was a hardcore division event. They had 13 players, 3 groups. 1 group of 5 players, 2 groups of 4 players. Each player played the other members of the group. Top 2 records per group advanced to the top cut. So 6 people in the top cut. 2 received byes to the semifinal round. The remaining 4 were paired up into 2 singles matches, and they played each other. Those singles matches to play in for the semifinals were played using the tables stipulation. The semifinal matches were ladder matches. The finals match and the third place match was a steel chain match. The top 4 in this tournament were in 4th place, playing as General Lee Wong, Chris Bridges. In 3rd place, playing as Beatstick Brandon, Jeff McPeak. In 2nd place, playing as King Kong Dundee, Coach Brad, and the winner of Monday Night Fights, Zach Ashley with Unique. As a result, Zach Ashley will get a shot at the LFF Hardcore Championship currently held by Possum King at some point in the future. Not sure when, but he will get a future shot. I'm assuming sometime after Southern Fried Gaming Expo because that match has already been set. But if he's there, maybe he tries to face the winner that weekend. We'll see. Right now, though, he will get the next shot after the match at Southern Fried Gaming Expo. Date and time to be announced. Tuesday, the Midwest Coast Tag Team Championship is on the line as challengers, the Lethal Lebowski Urban Achievers, aka LLUA, take on champions, the New Hotness. The LLUA, representing the New Darby Order, consists of the Dude Scott Steiner, playing as the new version of General Manager John Clace, and the Lethal Endorser Joe Kilchrist, playing as the Iron Sultan. The champions, the New Hotness, are Mitchell Manja, playing as Chloe Mai, and Brock Smith, playing as Scott Prime. This match, relatively short for a tag team match, doesn't go past Crowd Meter 0. The winners, hitting an 11 at Crowd Meter 0, still champions, the New Hotness. Congratulations to the New Hotness for a successful defense of the Midwest Coast Tag Team Championship. Thursday, we have Chibi's Thursday Night Fights. 8 players in this tournament, open division tournament, so any singles competitor allowed. 2020 vision is in effect. 2 groups, 4 players per group. Each player plays the other 3 in their group. Top 2 records advance to the top cuts. The semifinal matches are all ring steps matches. The finals match is a kendo stick match. Your semifinalists are the Grim Librarian as Uncle Bradley and Coach Brad as MVP. The finalists are Zach Ashley as the Big Bad Kaiju, O'Shea Edwards, and Rowdy Ron as the original version of the Devil's Advocate, the 2020 version, so only 3 times per match for the gimmick. The winner of Chibi's Thursday Night Fights is Rowdy Ron. Congratulations to Rowdy Ron for winning Chibi's Thursday Night Fights. Friday, during Candy Shop Talk, we have a match between Rambo Apocalypse and the Possum King. Candy Ma'am learned that neither of these 2 players have a copy of El Super Hombre, so she decided that these 2 gentlemen should play with the following on the line. The winner receives a foil copy of El Super Hombre autographed by Kid Thunder from Candy Mam's personal collection. She also decided that these two gentlemen should play either Candy Mam or Emo Mam in the match. So she put their two names on a wheel, on a computer, did a random spin, and as a result, Possum Kang played as Emo Mam in the match, and Rambo Apocalypse played as Candy Mam in the match. This was a long, hard-fought match. It went to Crowd Meter 3. The winner at Crowd Meter 3, getting the foil El Super Hombre, Rambo Apocalypse. Congratulations to Rambo Apocalypse for winning the foil El Super Hombre. Kid Thunder, who was watching and on commentary during this match, was so impressed with the performance of both gentlemen that he decided that Possum Kang will receive from Kid Thunder's personal collection an autographed linen version of El Super Hombre. This is a still printed card, but it has kind of a linen pattern on it. So both men in the match will be adding a new competitor to their collection, El Super Hombre. Congratulations to both of them for putting on a great match. Congratulations to Rambo Apocalypse for winning. I have one locals report. Saturday, at Miso's Game Room and Collectibles, 8 people faced off in a round-robin tournament. Each person played the other 7. The top 3 from this tournament are, in third place, playing as the hypnotist Hans Mesmer, with a record of 4-3, Brian Johnston. In second place, a player I'm not familiar with, playing as Yamato Hama with a record also of 4-3, Patrick Yoder. The winner, with a record of 5-2, playing as JP Warhorse. I assume he done told him he was going to win, Steel Wool. Congratulations to Steel Wool for winning the locals at Miso's on Saturday. This brings us to Sunday night fights. There were 3 matches on the match card for Sunday night fights. The opening match was a Supershow Olympics match, a round 1 match, featuring Elder Dan representing Practice Sites team, playing as Fast Hands Cam, versus the Consigliere Brian, wait for it, Schmidt, representing the Cannolis team, playing as the Witch's Apprentice. Standard singles match, goes to Crowd Meter 1, but it's a relatively quick match. It goes to Crowd Meter 1 very quickly. The winner at Crowd Meter 1, scoring a point for Team Cannoli, the Consigliere Brian Waitfort Schmidt. Congratulations to Brian Waitfort Schmidt for winning the opening match, Sunday Night Fights. The next match on Sunday Night Fights is for the LFF Tri-State Championship. It's a New York rules match, so it starts at Crowd Meter 1 and has no disqualifications. The challenger, the Italian Bombata, playing as Mighty Marcel. The champion, Ryan Pierce, playing as Matthias, son of Zeus. This match goes to Crowd Meter 2. It's a longer match than the opening match, but not long for a standard singles match. Although it is New York rules, it's not standard. Not long for that. The winner at Crowd Meter 2, still champion, Ryan Pierce. Congratulations to Ryan Pierce for a successful defense. The final match of the night is for the LFF Tri-State Tag Team Championship. The challengers, representing New Darby Order, the Misfit Terrors. The Misfit playing as Matt Cardona, and the Tartan Terror playing as Amazing Red. The champions, insert name here. The Italian Bombata playing as himself, and Google Docs Dan playing as the original version of Brian Cage. Brian Cage is the effing machine. This was a long New York rules match. So again, Crowd Meter 1, no disqualifications. This goes all the way to Crowd Meter 6. In the end, getting a little hot on the last few turn rolls, successfully defending insert name here. Congratulations to insert name here. It was a hard-fought match, but they come away with a successful defense, still champions. The next challengers for insert name here will be the tag team known as Dirty Birds. The prize fighter Simon Dabner and Split. No idea when this will happen, but look for it to happen, I'd say sometime in the next few weeks. After Sunday Night Fights, during the post-show, we had some announcements. First, we had an update on the scores in round 1 of the Supershow Olympics. We have our first elimination. The team captained by Hold the Line Harry defeated the team captained by the Italian Bombata 7-1. So Hold the Line Harry's team will go on to round 2. The Bombata's team is eliminated. Next we have the Cheetahs team leading the Grumps team 4-1. The Star Makers team leading Booker Mania's team 3-1. Practice Sites team tied with the Cannolis team at 4 points each. Drew Madsen's team leading Colin Simon's team 2-0. The Brains team leading Candyman Dan's team 4-1. Johnny Correa's team leading Yasmin's team 3-1. And with no score reported so far, Chris Pate's team and John Pulveria's team remains at 0 apiece. That is the update for round 1 of the Supershow Olympics. These matches must be played by the end of day, July 7th. That is next Sunday. Also, during the post-show, it's announced that Monday Night Fights will be an intergalactic division event. That's tomorrow's tournament as I record this, July 1st. Brian Waitford-Schmidt, who normally runs Monday Night Fights, will be off. Chibi will be running this tournament. Nothing was posted about this event last I looked on supershowthegame.com, but I would expect a $5 entry fee. Tournament starting at 8 p.m., Zoom room opening at 7:30 p.m., and you have to send your competitor in to Chibi before you can join the Zoom room. The final announcement from the post-show for Sunday Night Fights is that this Tuesday, July 2nd, after the dojo, twitch.tv/SRG Universe, the LFF Veterans Championship will be on the line as challenger, the Foreman, takes on champion Mark Perry. So look for that Tuesday night, twitch.tv/SRG Universe. Some other news that came in. Kempo Kenny is looking to run a series of birdcage matches. 6 matches over the next 6 weeks. Each person in the match has to have a different printed 10 skill. So there'll be 1 power 10, 1 tech 10, 1 agility, 1 strike, 1 submission, 1 grapple. When you win the match, you cannot participate in any of the other matches. And then after 6 weeks of matches, the winners will face off in a birdcage match, the winner winning the whole birdcage series. The winner of the first birdcage match, which took place earlier today as I'm recording this, Eddie Fury playing as Eddie Fury. So congratulations to Eddie Fury for winning this birdcage match. This means he can't play in any of the other birdcage matches for the next 5 weeks, but he will be in the final birdcage match with a chance to become the series winner. There's been an update for Southern Fried Gaming Expo concerning play space. Apparently SRG Universe will be able to get some dedicated play space. Friday for sure. Sunday, less likely. Saturday, even less likely. Look for some sort of event schedule to be posted regarding this dedicated space. That's all I know from right now. That was announced earlier today by Ms. Southern Belle. And then finally, I've received one more locals report. This is from RRCW, Reliquary, I believe, Regional Championship Wrestling in Chesterton, Indiana, at Reliquary Games. They ran an 8-player Swiss tournament, 3 rounds of Swiss, sealed using the Grand Battle Packs. There were 3 players tied for 4th place. Kirby Van Vliet playing remotely as Swoggle. Corey Potter playing as the new version of the Devil's Advocate because that's what's in the Grand Packs. And Tyler Sickles playing as Admiral Grumpy Thunder. The winner, going undefeated, playing as Uncle Awesome, the new version, because again, that's what's in the Grand Battle Packs. The Meeple, Craig Brett. Congratulations to the Meeple for winning the 8-player tournament at RRCW. There were also 4 featured matches. The first featured match was for a shot at the RRCW Multiversal Championship. This is a championship that can be defended in either a Tornado Tag Team match or a Trios match. When somebody becomes champion, whichever competitor they did not win with, they name the competitor. So if they won the championship in a Tornado Tag Team match, they defend in Tornado Tag Team matches with the tag team they won the belt with. They then name a trio that they will defend with if they have to defend in a Trios match. This contender match was a Tornado Tag Team match. We had Aaron Livingston as Zen Garden versus Tim White, the Flame Fighter, as Madman Fulton and Sami Callihan. This match went to Crowd Meter 1. The winner at Crowd Meter 1 getting a future shot at the RRCW Multiversal Championship, hitting the grapple finish, twist and shout. Aaron Livingston. Congratulations to Aaron for getting a future shot at the belt. The next featured match was a Round 1 Supershow Olympics match. This was the Hardcore Intergalactic Division match. Brian Ogazelek playing as Bandersnatch, representing Team Cannoli, and the Meeple playing as the new version of Lorenzo Manicotti, representing Team Practice Site. Standard singles match. The winner hitting his grapple finish at Crowd Meter 0, the Meeple. Congratulations to the Meeple for scoring a point for your team in the Supershow Olympics. The third featured match for the RRCW Championship. The challenger, the Flame Fighter, playing as himself. The champion, the Meeple, playing as the Meeple's champion. Main event stipulation match. It goes to Crowd Meter 2. The winner, hitting the grapple finish board control, still champion, the Meeple. Congratulations to the Meeple on a successful defense. The final featured match, the RRCW Multiversal Championship. This was a Tornado Tag Team match. The challenger, Brian Ogazelek, playing as the Young Bucks. The champion, Tyler Sickles, playing as the Star Destroyers. The match goes to Crowd Meter 1. The winner, hitting his grapple finish down the wormhole after the board clears because he'd previously hit Starstruck, the strike finish. Still champion, Tyler Sickles. Congratulations to Tyler Sickles for retaining the RRCW Multiversal Championship. That's what I have from RRCW. That's what I have for locals. And with that being said, that's what I have for this week's episode of the Outlaw Mudcast. I would like to thank all of you for listening, and good day.